A very good afternoon to everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm Kylie. Welcome to Sharing and Caring episode 2. Every Saturday at 4:30 p.m., me and Jess will be here to share a topic each and also to answer your questions. So if you're here today, comment in the chat box and tell us how do you feel today. And Jess, how do you feel today?
Hi, thanks, Kylie. It's another beautiful weekend, and I done a super nice workout this morning. So I truly I went to the park a little bit. That keep this a secret, but this is a good week. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. But I think you can tree in your house compound, right?
Sorry
To
again.
walk. Can you actually tree in your house compound?
It's not my
to work
house.
out?
It's actually a taman. My friend.
Oh, the connection is a bit distracted. Let's wait for a few minutes. I hope the connection.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not sure if it's from my connection or your connection. Is everything okay?
Okay, I think it's all is fine now. Yeah.
It's fine now. Okay, that's awesome. All right. So Jess, I didn't manage to hear your tree part, but I think that's okay. This is the tree part. We keep that aside and we talk it after. All right. So Jess, you want to share with us with the book that you read recently? Can you share with us more about it?
Okay, sure. So everyone, today I'm going to share a book that I just recently read. So before I share the book content today, I would like to have some interaction with everyone. So guys, if you have tried this before, please comment a smiley face below in our comment. So first, if you have tried like eating clean before, please comment a smiley face. Secondly, if you have tried intermittent fasting before, you comment 2 smiley face. Okay, third one, if you have tried like keto diet, then you comment 3 smiley face. Okay, so I believe most of our friends, especially those who always concerned about like our weight loss, you have at least tried like one of it before. Yeah. So one day during my morning podcast time, I came across this book. So it's called Why We Eat Too Much by Dr. Andrew Jenkinson. So the content just attracted me, and it seems to be the answer book for all the doubts and questions I have like 3 weeks ago. Yeah. So that's why afterwards I immediately ordered this book from Popular immediately. And I think I finished this book just about 1 week time. So Dr. Jenkinson, he is actually a bariatric surgeon. So it's just like a weight loss surgeon. Like he will do operation and help the obese patient to lose their weight. So his research in this book is all proven by scientific reference. So he have met like more than thousand of obese patients, and he realized that what they feedback to him is always very similar. So first, so the patients will share with him. They will try all kind of diet. Okay, I went through this before. If we want to lose weight, we will try this. I want to try that because I just want to lose weight. Yeah. So normally, how the patient feedback to him in the beginning of the diet is very effective. So they will see the weight loss. They will see the result within like very short period of time. Yeah, especially in the beginning. Then after some time, their weight will maintain. Then it's like difficult to drop a bit more. Then they will feel like, oh, I feel weak. I feel like it's very hard to concentrate on my work. Very low energy. So there's the time they will have like higher desire on nasty food. So in Malaysia, Dr. Jenkinson is from UK. So in Malaysia, it's maybe like KFC, nasi lemak, char kway teow, or maybe we desire for like brownie, a big piece of cake. So those patients, they will change back to their normal diet. And when they change back to the original one, their weight will just bounce back almost immediately. And most of the time, it will be heavier than the original weight. So that's the time like the patient, they will like doubt on themselves, they like blame themselves. So it's just like why I can't do it. It's just like a battle between determination and their desire to high calories food. So this is the time when Dr. Jenkinson, he had the first question in his mind. So since every patient's feedback the same thing to him, so he think back, does determination is the main factor of the success for a weight loss? So he have done like many research about it. So there are two experiments, is for reference. So let me just share this with you guys. So first experiment is in 1944. So there were a group of students, they joined an experiment. So this group of students, they were split to two groups. So the first group is called, we call them happy group lah, because then the second group is the diet group. The happy group, that what they eat, every day they can consume like 3,200 calories. And the second one, the scientists will restrict them to 1,500 only. So every day their exercise is the same. Because they are students, they are actually within the school area. So every day they will clean the field. They will like, potong rambut. No, not rambut, rumput. So their exercise is exactly the same. Then what happened is after 24 weeks, so the scientists, they will check back their weight. So the group 2, the diet group, their weight will drop about 10 to 15%. Then after that, maintain, will not drop anymore. So they have this question like why they eat so less and they move so much, but the weight still maintain. Like it shouldn't be like this, because if refer to the calories deficit, it should like keep on dropping. So they check on their metabolism. So they realize the group 2, the diet group, after this 1,005 calories every day, their metabolism actually decreased 300 calories. So their body temperature dropped, their heart rate dropped. So yeah, because the body just want to, the body is very smart, because like lesser food and want to protect the body. So that's why there's something adjustment happen inside our body. So after this experiment, they actually like even follow up with them, especially the diet group, the group 2, and they realize after they back to their normal diet, when their weight back to their original weight, the metabolism is still the same, like still lower than the before. So that is something that changed after this experiment, which is their metabolism. Yeah. So the second experiment is just like a terbalik version of this. Yeah. So this is based on a group of prisoners. So these prisoners, because this experiment, they need to like control them, make sure like how much they eat is how much they want them to eat. So all these prisoners, they have every day they get to eat 5,000 calories, which is a lot. So after a few weeks, their weight gain 10 to 15%, and then maintain. Yeah. So they check their metabolism. The metabolism increased, the body temperature and heart rate is also increased. So the metabolism actually increased like 500 calories. Yeah. So once they back to their normal diet, their weight also back to normal. So the conclusion is, so based on these two experiments, so the scientists, they feel like, is there something in our body? It's actually help us to balance our weight. Yeah. So they realize there's something, it's called weight set point. So Chinese is called 体重设定点. It's like your weight will have this balance at this weight. When it gain too much, then will come back. When it drop, when you back to your normal diet, will go back to the weight set point. So Actually, our body is so smart, will observe our body situation and help us to set to the best suitable weight. So that's why there's something like this. So that's why some people, no matter how much they eat, they won't get weight. Some people like me, I smell my leaf also, I will gain weight. So this is something actually inside our body. So he also like bring out this another point of view, like everyone, let's do have some thinking now. There are three things. So first one is determination, second one is environment, and third one is genetic. Which one do you think takes the biggest portion on our weight loss? Which one will affect the most? Kylie, do you want to take a guess? Okay, first one is determination, second one is environment, and third one is genetic.
Genetic.
Hey, yeah, you're so smart, man.
No, I'm guessing it's genetic because like from what you shared just now, it also comes back, and I like that you share about the weight set point. I think it's my first time hearing this term, so it's something very new to me. But when you talk about the weight set point, and when you mention about something inside, and they have this research, so I feel that it's from inside. And from the three things that you share with me, so I think the genetic is the one that is most likely linked to the answer. Am I right?
Yes, you know what? Like there's another experiment, like it's a twins experiment. So after the twins they born, so they have two. So it's like they have the same genetic, everything is the same. So they will they will separate them to different family. So every family they have different like that they eat different things. Some maybe they like to eat a lot, some they prefer to eat very light. So after 20 years, they track back all these twins. Actually, their weight and their body structure is 75% the same. Yeah. So out of all these three factors, genetic is actually the first one. Second is environment. And third one is determination. And why I connect so much to this book, because all this while, before this, I'm blaming myself because I thought I don't have enough determination. So now I know it's not 100% because of that, it's because of my gene. So I have a fat, cute family gene. So anyway, so now the question is how to decrease our weight. So actually in this book, Dr. Jenkinson, he will talk about like leptin, insulin, the relationship about it. So leptin is like is like the food we eat, then will turn to fat, then the fat, it will turn to leptin. So when the leptin level is low in our body, that maybe we will feel more hungry, we will look for food because we want to have the balance there. So insulin is just like will help us to extract the glucose from our food. So that is where we get the energy. So if like the leptin and the insulin working well in our body, we shouldn't be fat. But why still happens? So there are like so many like scientific proof, like what he shared in the book. I think for that part, if you guys really interested in what I just shared, just check it out. This book is Why We Eat Too Much by Dr. Andrew Jenkinson, and it really changed how I see myself, especially in the past, how I feel, my diet, my gene, and how I switch it. He will talk about the relationship between like omega-3, omega-6, saturated fat, non-saturated fat. So all this you can find in the book. And I think how this book benefited me the most is first one, I understand the fact from the scientific view. Then only I will accept myself, ma. Then secondly, at the end of the book, he will also talk about what kind of food is actually more suitable for our body. So that's why especially for the past 2 to 3 weeks, vegetable is definitely what we must eat every day, and non-processed food. And actually, he suggests us to eat more omega-3. omega-3 like salmon. So if you notice recently, I bought like 3.5 kg of salmon and also
That's a lot.
yes, and also beef. So yeah, there is so much more to learn from the book. And also, like, I understand there are so many doctor, scientists in our world. So this is just what he shared in the book. So if you are curious, like, feel free to check it out. If you want to know more about this, well, can contact me. Let's discuss about that. So yeah, that's what I want to share today. Yeah.
It's a very interesting sharing, Jess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So Kylie, how about you? What do you want to share with us today?
Today, I'm going to share about my learning and teaching philosophy. Before I continue sharing, I would like to give a big shout out to Ing. Ing actually sent me this question and this topic. Yeah, and it makes me think, reflect onto myself, and to be able to write it down and also to share with everyone. It makes me a better person. So thank you so much, Ing, for asking me this question. I think this is a very important question as a teacher or even as a student. So my teaching philosophy is that I believe strongly that we can achieve anything we set our mind and body to. I believe strongly that nothing is unachievable. I believe that we must convince our mind and our body, and also to put in the hard work, to be persistent in the work that we want to put in, and also to work smartly. This is my philosophy. And when it comes to teaching, I focus on personalized feed forward. Why do I focus on personalized feed forward? Because in a class, everyone is different and everyone learn differently. So I will need a different strategy for every student, I would say. Let me give you an example, Jess.
Yes.
For example, in my Hatha yoga class, so recently we focus on Pincha Mayurasana, also known as the forearm stand. So in my class, I actually have three groups of learners, three types of learners in my group. So group one, I have students that already able to achieve the forearm stand. And I have group two, students that are still working very hard and learning how to get into forearm stand. And I have the last group, the group that is very new to forearm stand. So as a teacher, when it comes to the forearm stand session, I will need to give a different task and different programs to my students. If I just follow a set of programs, for example, I just said, okay, today I'm going to do ABC, and I apply ABC to my students, they will find it very hard to achieve it because everyone is different. And I feel that they also need different strategies. Yeah. So what I do for group one, they already achieve it. So what I can do, I fine tune the alignment. I check any movements or any pose that they might need some personal fine-tune alignment or some feed forward. Or the next thing I can do is I can challenge them. Like I can ask them, you know what? Let's try a different entrance. Maybe from a press into a forearm stand. Or maybe from forearm stand, we can go into a split or into a scorpion. And for group two, I need to be very supportive because they are still learning and also struggling to get into the forearm stand. So what I can do as a teacher, I'll be there to assist and also to guide them and to tell them, oh, this is what you can do to try to get into the next step or try to improve. Or maybe I can also tell them, hey, I think I find out why you find it's very hard for you to progress. Maybe it's due to this. So I'll also share with them what is hindering them from achieving their goals. And also for the last group, it's a group that's very new to forearm stand. Yes, they are the babies. So for this group of students, I need to be very patient with them. I need to tell them step by step in detail. Tell them at the beginning what they can do. And I need to emphasize to them also foundation is very important. So I'll also take the time to focus on foundation work. And not just that, for beginners, for babies, I also need to share with them what they can expect. What they can expect from doing this and what they can expect from doing that. Because they are so new with this, they will have a lot of questions pop up in their mind. And if I do not share about their expectations, they might either fail or they might progress or skip or take shortcuts to achieve the goal, and they might face injuries. So this is very important as a teacher, especially to the babies group. And this is for my learning philosophy. One of it.
Kylie, what I like about what inspired me in your sharing just now is that you have different, okay, I would say like technique to different, not like technique, it's just like a teacher to different group of people. Like the group one, you were challenged, is about challenging them. Yeah, second group is about supporting them. And the third group is all about the patience you give to them. And me as your student, I feel it's a privilege to be your student. And thank you so much.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Jess. And that's my teaching. So next, Jess, I'm going to share with you my learning philosophy. So for my learning philosophy, it follows the same belief as my teaching philosophy, which is we can achieve anything we set our mind and body to. And I follow these 3 important steps. First step, we must believe that we can achieve it.
Yep.
Second step, we must seek for advice, ask for help, so that the route or the journey that you're going to take to achieve the goal, you will have lesser bumpy. I'm not saying that there's no bumps at all, but it will be slightly lesser. Asking from someone that has more experience, it helps you to achieve your goal faster because they have experienced what you will or you might encounter soon in the process of achieving the goals. So I feel that do not do this by yourself or alone. Always ask for help, seek for advice from people that you know, from your teacher. I think it will help you to achieve your goals in a more fun and less stressed way, in a less stressful way.
Yeah.
And the third step is very important. The third step is my favorite. Is to trust the process, listen to your body, and to persist in the journey. Yes, I think most of us we struggle at the third step, which is to trust and to persist and to at the same time to listen to our body. Oh, while I'm doing this, should I take a pause? Should I reflect? Or should I keep going? Sometimes we keep go and go and go, but we forget to just take a pause and to reflect. Am I doing this correctly? Sometimes we do the same thing 100,000 times, same result. We need to make a tweak so that we can have a different result. Yeah, so it's very important to follow these 3 steps. I believe that these 3 steps will help you to achieve your goals. And not just that, I feel that communication is also very important. In a class, I feel that students should feel free to ask questions and to speak their mind. Oftentimes, students feel very passive.
Yeah.
Am I asking a stupid question? Will my friends laugh at me? Sometimes we forget that we're in a class, we are learning. So what if you ask a stupid question? So what? But for me, you have to ask, then at least you know the answer. You never ask, you never know the answer. And if, just in case, if you feel that, today I really asked a very stupid question, and that is okay, because you ask that question, you remember it forever. Yeah, this is what I share with my students. You make a mistake, you feel like, so embarrassing, so paiseh. But then that mistake, you will never forget it. Because in the future, maybe in the same phenomena, I need to be careful with this. I know now what to do. Yeah, things like that. And also, as a teacher, I feel that it's also very important to have a very open heart and mind to listen to what the students have to say. To listen and to reflect and to change to the response from the students' feedback is very important. Because as a teacher, sometimes we have this ego in us. We we are so eager to share with our ways, our method, but we forget that everyone is different. Kylie, you might think that program A is good, but it might not work for student B. So you need to have a program B so that the student B can work and when they can see results and happy days. Yeah, so I feel that it's always two ways. Whenever my students achieve results, they will say, "Oh, Kylie, thank you." But what I want to share is that it's two ways because you put in the effort and because you believe in yourself that you're able to achieve it. You ask for my advice, and lastly, you trust the process. You listen to your body and you persist in the journey. That's how you achieve your result. Yeah, I find this very true. So, this is my sharing about my teaching and also my learning philosophy. Yeah.
No, thanks for this sharing, Kylie. Just now when you talk about the don't be shy to ask stupid question in the class, I feel like most of my classmates, especially in our contemporary dance, we are so pampered by our teacher, so we never be shy to ask questions because our teacher Kylie first she will say this is a very good question, then she will teach us how to do. So I think me and my classmates we don't really feel shy to ask questions. So because we have such a good teacher to be so patient with us to thank us, to ask the question, then guide us accordingly. Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Jess. Now I cannot sleep at night. But this is my sharing because I believe every teacher, they have their own experience, or even as a student, we all learn differently. Like as a student myself, I have this belief that I always keep in me. And so I believe you might have your own belief that keep you, ongoing with the programs that you are uptaking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't be shy.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, yes, don't be asked. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Sometimes even in public, we feel like should we or should we not, and then we go back and then we feel regret. I feel that
exactly.
Try your best not to have any regret.
I mean, sorry, that is what happened. Like sometimes outside we have the question, then we are so shy to ask, then we go back. I should have asked. So let's just prevent that. Let's just ask.
Let's just ask, yes. All right, that's good. All right, so before we do our closing, all right, my dear friends, if you have any questions or if you have any comments for us, please write it down in the chat box. We will do a summary for this and the closing. Then after that, we'll dive into our chat box. So Jess, would you want to do a summary from your sharing just now?
Okay, so I think the why I want to share a book today is now I don't want to talk about the content, but is every book will bring us to a different new world. So maybe now I'm sharing this book, I'm sharing about the diet, what the doctor just shared. Okay, but then when I move to another book, it's another new world. So guys, if you are at home, especially now during the lockdown, get a book, have some me time. You will enjoy it. Yeah. How about
Thank you, Jess. I learned a new word from you. Yeah, something that is very new to me, the weight setting point. I never heard that before. I'm very curious to know about it. Yes, thanks, Jess, for sharing. And also the importance of the three things that you shared, the genetic, and the second
environment?
Is yes, and the last one is determination. Yes, thank you, Jess. And as for me, my dear friends, so my teaching and my learning philosophy, I believe that we can achieve anything we set our mind and body to. So keep believing in this quote, and I believe that when you follow the three steps that I believe in, which is to first believe in yourself, second, to seek for advice, ask questions during the process, and lastly, to trust the process, listen to your body, and to persist in the journey. And I believe that you will succeed in what you want to do. Yay! Oh. Question to Jess and me if you want us to share next week. We'll see you again next Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Bye, everyone. Let's dive into our chat box right now. So Jess, let's take this time to check our chat box.
I see a lot of smiley face there.
You see? Oh, that's good. Then that's very good. So let's scan. Wow, we have a lot of friends here. Rizal said, Jess, you just promoted yourself to food scientist. Wow, that's a very
Oh,
good compliment.
I'm food scientist. That means if you want to find any good food, like, we can go makan together.
Come on. Oh, all right. So I think that's all for today. So let's say bye to our audience and we shall close this session. Thank you.
You
Bye
have a great weekend. Bye bye.
bye.